Let's see what we have. Pasar por alguien. Again, alguien can be replaceable. Okay. Pasar por. This is the important part. Pasar por. Pasar por. So it's pretty interesting, I would say, because pasar, to pass, to happen. Por means for. Pass for, happen for. I don't know. I don't think the common meanings apply here either. Alguien, somebody. Somebody, someone. So this can change. You can say your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, husband, your family, my friend, someone, anybody. You just need someone there, okay? Pasar por. Let's look at the meaning. Pasar por alguien means to pick someone up, okay? So you're driving somewhere and you have to pick someone up, I'll be there at 5 to pick you up. So that's what I'm talking about. Not literally pick picking someone up. Like you or just going to the person's house to take that person to another destination. Okay? So for example, ¿puedes pasar por mí a las 5? ¿Puedes pasar por mí a las 5? Remember, me, when it has an accent mark, it means me, not my, okay? Just remember that. I just mentioned that a few minutes ago. Without the accent mark, it means my. Mi libro, my book. Por mí, by me. Okay, so it's a different thing. Por can mean by or for. By as in by. Okay. But in this situation, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Por is just part of the whole phrase here. And the meaning of this question is, can you pick me up at 5 p.m.? Okay. ¿Puedes pasar por mí a las 5 p.m.? 5 p.m. means, p.m. So you can say that, or you can say 5 de la tarde, 5 in the afternoon. Okay. Let me just show you here. Oops. Let's do that. I think it looks better like that. Let me fix that as well. Oops. Let me add here 5 in the afternoon. Okay, so that's what it means. It's a literal translation of 5 de la tarde, 5 in the afternoon. Okay. There you go. That's better. That is better. Okay. ¿Puedes pasar por mí? Okay. Puedes is a great question, beginning of a question. And that means can you. Okay. Puedes, can you, and then you add the rest. So it can be puedes ayudarme, can you help me? Puedes caminar lento, can you walk slowly? Puedes hablar lento. Can you speak slowly? So puedes is informal, it's an informal way to say can you. If you want it formal, then you can just remove the letter S, and that's formal. Puede. Puede is the formal way of can you, okay? Puedes. Pasar. Pasar. Again, we have the verb pasar, and then we have pasar por. That's the whole phrase here. Pasar por, not the whole phrase, because we're missing me, right? So we replaced alguien with me, okay? Pasar por mí means pick me up, okay? A las means at, okay? Important when talking about time. A las 5, at 5. A la 1, at 1, okay? So this can change. A la 1, when talking about 1, talking about time, at 1. So you mean a la 1. And well, this changes to 1, right? But if you're talking about 2, 3, 4, all the other numbers, then you need las. A las 5, at 5, at 5. De la tarde. Oops. De la tarde means in the afternoon. Okay, so this is a common way to say 5 p.m. in Spanish. De la tarde. PM. In the afternoon. If you want to say in the morning, very early, 5 a.m., you can say 5 a.m., so the literal translation, or you can say de la madrugada. Well, that would be madrugada because it's very early in the morning. Okay. Oops, what happened here? There you go. Okay. 5 de la madrugada. 5 de la madrugada means 5 a.m. Okay, or 5, the literal translation, in the morning. 5 in the morning. Why am I saying madrugada instead of mañana? Mañana means morning, okay, and tomorrow in Spanish. When you're talking about 1 a.m., from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., so that is, you will use madrugada, de la madrugada. A las 5 de la madrugada, a las 6 de la madrugada, a la 1 de la madrugada. Okay, so this changes to la because it's 1, right? A las 2 de la madrugada, 2 a.m., so you need madrugada in those situations. But if you're saying, 7 a.m., from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., you would say de la mañana, okay? So, a las 11 de la mañana, because that's morning, okay? I know madrugada refers to very early in the day, okay? And then mañana refers to the morning itself. So that's very important and very interesting to know, definitely. So I was saying a las 5 de la tarde. Tarde is, from noon to 6. 1 de la tarde, 2 de la tarde, 3 de la tarde, 4 de la tarde, 5 de la tarde, okay? 6 de la tarde. When it's 7 p.m. is night. 7 de la noche, okay? De la noche means 7 at night. Technically, you're saying in the night, 7 in the night or at night. It's a common thing to say in Spanish as well, but technically you're just saying 7 p.m. Okay, from 7 to 11. 7 7 de la noche, 8 de la noche, 9 de la noche, 10 de la noche, 11 de la noche. And then 12 a.m. is 12 de la madrugada. Again. Okay, madrugada. So it's quite peculiar. But also you can say PM, 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 a las 7 PM. Okay, so if you don't want to get all confused by madrugada, mañana, and noche, you can just say PM, AM. Okay, PM, AM, PM, AM. Anyway, so let me just change this back to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. There you go. That's easier, right? That's way easier. But it's good to know, right? It's good to know both ways. Now, pasar por mí in this situation, pick me up. That's the meaning of pasar por mí. Now, let's look at another example. Paso por ti y nos vamos al restaurante juntos. Hang on. This is way too low. Okay. Paso por ti y nos vamos al restaurante juntos. What are we talking about here? Do you know? Do you guys know? It's not that difficult, really. It looks difficult, but it's not. You know, pasar por, you know what that means? Ti means you in this situation. Pasar por ti, pasar por mí, pasar por somebody. Okay? So just remember that. This can change after por. So this whole sentence means I'll pick you up and we'll go to the restaurant together. This is great if you're planning something out, if you want to go out with someone. This is a very important phrase to remember, pasar por, because that way you can let know the other person whatever you want to do. In the first example, we're asking if someone can pick me up. In this situation, in the second example, we are talking about, I'll pick you up. I will pick you up. Okay? Let's break this down. Paso, paso, paso. This is in present tense. I know it might be confusing, but because we have I'll, right? I will pick. It works differently in Spanish. You need, when you're saying, I will do this, sometimes you can literally translate, whatever you want to say. But when talking about picking someone up, you can say pasaré, which will be the literal translation. Pasaré. But it's more common to say paso. When you're saying, someone, I'll pick you up, paso por ti. Paso por ti. So that is just a nice way to say I'll pick you up, don't you worry, I'll pick you up. Paso por ti. No hay problema. So just remember that. Paso, you need present tense here. Yo paso. Right? You're technically saying yo paso. We don't need yo. Remember that. I always say this during my streams. You don't need to say some pronouns all the time. The specifically yo, tú, él, nosotros, ustedes, vosotros, ellos, and ellas. You don't need to say those all the time. So we don't need it. We don't need the pronoun here. That's a common thing in Spanish. Paso por. We have it here, right? Paso por. I'll pick up. And then we say alguien. Who is that person? In this situation, ti means you. Okay? And nos vamos, we will go. Again, this is not future tense. This is more like present. Okay? It's more like present tense, but don't worry about that because it's just in Spanish, it works differently, okay? You don't need future tense here. You need present tense. So you're in your mind doing everything in present tense, but you're telling the person, right, also in present tense in this situation. In this particular situation, y nos vamos, and we'll go to. When you say al, when you use the verb ir, this comes from the verb ir, which means to go. Ir is a very irregular verb, just so you know. That's why vamos doesn't sound like ir at all, but ir is a very irregular verb. We should talk about this verb in the future, of course. Nos vamos means we'll go. Ir a, usually that phrase is very commonly used to say to go to somewhere, okay? Right now we have al, because when you have a masculine noun and you usually use a definite article, el, in this situation, a él, you don't have the two words, okay? That's a no-no in Spanish. This becomes al, okay? So that's why we have al. Go to, one sec. Restaurante. Restaurante means restaurant. Al, in the situation, go to the restaurante, restaurant. Juntos. Juntos. Juntos means together. It's not juntos. Okay. The J sound in Spanish is j, like jamón, jalea, Julio. Okay, so it's a different sound. And juntos, that's another great word that means together. Juntos, juntos. Juntos can be feminine as well. So you can say juntas if it's a group of women or female people, females. Or if it's a mixed group, then you go with the masculine form, juntos. Okay, if you have females and males, juntos. If you have a group of men or males, juntos. If you have a group of females, juntas. Okay? Very interesting. Very interesting. Oops. Excellent. Any questions? Remember, pasar por alguien means to pick someone up. In English, you have, someone in the middle. In Spanish, you have pasar por, and then you add the subject. Okay? You can change, of course, you can change alguien to pronouns, or you can actually place a name, a first name. For example, here, puedes pasar por Miguel. Okay, so we're saying, can you pick Miguel up at 5 p.m.? Okay, so, oops. So that works too. That works too. You can add, I don't know, you can say anything like mama, for example. You can even have mi mamá. Okay. A las 5 p.m. Puedes pasar por mi mamá a las 5 p.m. Can you pick my mom up at 5 p.m.? Okay. So this is very, it can change. Of course, it depends on what you want to say.